I wanted to make a video promoting books so you could decide whether you wanted to read them or not. I decided to go through my bookshelf and find my favourite books for each letter of the alphabet, so hopefully amongst these books you too can find a favourite book. Without further ado, A has to be A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. This was my introduction into the murder mystery genre, and what a great book. Pip is a teenage girl solving the closed murder case for her summer project. She believes that Sal, the one framed for Andy's murder, is innocent, and uses her resourcefulness in order to bring all the secrets of the town to light. Being Billy is a realistic account of life in a children's home, and a heartfelt story that had me angry and weeping alongside Billy. This book shredded my heart, and I appreciate it for that. But also, how dare Billy suffer? It really isn't fair. Of course, Catching Fire had to be C. I love the premise of the arena, and this book expands the world of the Hunger Games into the rebellion. This book deserves this spot, and might be my favourite of the original trilogy, as it combines both the games and the rebellion perfectly. Dead Beautiful was my Twilight. This book was my introduction to the paranormal romance genre, and brilliantly blended the world of humans with the world of supernatural beings. If you love Twilight or want an introduction to the paranormal romance genre, I couldn't recommend this book more. Up next is Extras, because it managed to surprise me by not being like another carbon copy of the first book. Instead of just bringing to light the problems of beauty standards, it focuses on the reality of a social media-run society, which for its time was revolutionary, and still holds up today. Now we have Funny Story, which combines the romance with the perfect summer setting. This book was the first Emily Henry book I read, and still has to be one of my favourites. The Girl Who Broke the Sea combines a fracturing family dynamic brought to a pressure point 3,000 metres under the sea. Not only does it explore the complexities between her and her parents, but also a centuries-old mystery buried deep under the sea. Heaven Eyes is a book about running away, and the ties left behind, and the new connections formed. All the characters were multifaceted, and each holds a place in my heart. The story follows January and Erin as they run away and find a completely different world, and a girl, Heaven Eyes, who they learn isn't so different from them. This book is a vivid tapestry from the old printing press to the boggy marshes, and I absolutely loved every moment of it. Inkheart is a book for book lovers. Set in Germany and following bookish Maggie and her father, this is a story about stories and is a testament to literature. Maggie's father has the ability to bring book characters to life, and these intersecting characters from generations of books create the most wonderful tale. This is a story that anyone who knows the magic of opening a book will love. Next, we have Jane Eyre, a classic but also the only contender in its category. I believe this copy is a watered-down version of the original, but it still holds true to the main story, and is as heartfelt and true to the novel as the film adaptations strive to be. The Kill Order is a prequel to The Maze Runner. It explores scientific controversies and the fight for preservation of humanity in spite of the mind-ruining flair. Lord of the Flies is another classic that became so because of its damning content. It explores the lives of boys crash landing on a desert island and the ensuing fallout, a harrowing look at what becomes of society when the social constructs and moral boundaries are no longer in place. Mortal Engines was a pioneer in the dystopian genre. Large, moving, all-consuming, hierarchical cities with a constant desire for consumption, and in this world we follow Tom's journey as he realises that the world is more than reaching the upper levels of London. The Naturals follows people who have capabilities just beyond the average human. A spy organisation recruiting fellow teenagers with unique observation skills in order to solve unsolvable crimes. Told between the perspectives of the killer and the main girl, this book is a fast-paced countdown to find the killer before the killer finds her. Orphan X is perhaps one of the greatest spy novels. Evan is a spy that puts the likes of James Bond and Jason Bourne to shame. He uses his unique skill set, taught to him since childhood, as he tries to do the right thing in a corrupt world. The Picture of Dorian Gray is here because this book is good. This is the book I started reading because it was a classic and ended up loving. It follows the handsome Dorian Gray as he befriends Lord Henry and becomes conscious of his looks. His insecurity, thanks to Lord Henry, and his susceptibility to accept Lord Henry's words as fact, makes his life turn from reputable to horrific, an almost accidental fall from grace that is only reflected in his portrait. The ending I predicted was turned on its head, as reality often does, and instead there was one of such poetic justice that made this one of my favourite books, deserving of 5 stars. Quicksilver is here, and no, this is not a different cover for the book by Callie Hart. It is a different book with the same title. I'd give a summary, but it would involve spoilers for the first book, so if you loved Ultraviolet, this book is a perfect contender for the sequel. The Rules is another book here for the ending, because the ending is what matters most in a good book. It is the ultimate payoff, and if a book has a brilliant ending, then it is immediately a good book because the payoff is satisfying. This book follows Amber, a girl trying to escape her father, who is an extreme prepper, and it follows this resourceful girl as she's pursued by the person who taught her skill set. The Summer I Turned Pretty is the summer book. It is a book of firsts and lasts, of romance and heartbreak. It has the soul of summer and the heart of first romance, and it is perfect for this time of year, although I will still be reading it in January. The Tulip Touch is a book that follows the morality of friendship. Natalie is enthralled by Tulip, the societal outcast, and plays along with her games, until a point. This book asks how far you will go for a friend, and shows how much friends can influence a person. Ultraviolet deserves this spot. A masterfully told story with an intimate and expressive prose that depicts the experience of a girl with synesthesia. This book goes beyond our world, as Alison grapples with her fragmented memories and is put in a mental hospital because of society's lack of understanding. I don't have a V, but since I have an open spot, I'm going to take V and the subsequent missing letters as opportunities to talk about books that just missed out on the top spot because the category was so competitive. Up first is The Treatment, a book about a school for troubled children, and Drew's desperation to save her brother. Win, Lose, Kill, or Die. This title is rather self-explanatory. A murder told between the perspectives of Liz and the elusive killer. This book enjoys toying with its audience, dropping enough clues that it's obvious who the murderer is on a reread, and yet I would have never guessed it. It follows a series of non-accidental deaths as the people taking the head position of their boarding school's club start dropping like flies. Again, I don't have an X, but Speak is another book that I have to recommend. Melinda is a social outcast because she calls the cops after she was attacked at a party. This book is about her learning to find her voice, and is as much relevant now as it was when it was first published. You've Reached Sam is the most heartbreaking doom romance. When Julie's boyfriend Sam is killed, her life is in tatters. She calls him one last time and he picks up. This story follows love, loss, and heartbreak, and painful transition of letting go. Z is another space for a book that missed out on the top spot, and this is Slated. It's a dystopian book in futuristic England where criminals' memories are erased in order to have a second chance. The book follows Kyla as her memories surface in nightmares, and she begins to question the government that told her that she was a criminal. I hope many of these books have piqued your interest, and I will stand by them all being brilliant books. I hope you found some new books to add to your TBR, or perhaps revisited some books that you've loved. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, bye!